Welcome to She's Grace Authentic. How are you guys doing? I am so excited to be back. Oh gosh, you guys have no idea. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so grateful. I'm so appreciative for you. I love you so much. I thank you so much for coming to spend this time with me as we learn and grow together. That's what we do here on this page. We learn and grow together. If you are back, if you are returning, I am so grateful. So very grateful that you come back time and time again. I'm not just grateful that you come back for me, but I'm ultimately grateful that you come back for yourself. Okay? And so, yes, hello there. Please go follow me on all social media platforms. So, Instagram and TikTok, I am She's Grace Authentic, the same way it's spelled here. On Facebook, I am Kaitlyn Marie, Grace Authentic in parentheses. So I post every Monday and Thursday at 8:08 p.m. Come check me out. So if you haven't been here with me before, then I'm going to enlighten you that I always start off every session with a prayer and welcoming in God, welcoming in spirit. If you have been here, then you already know to just spend this time with me and let's connect in this energy, okay? Spirit, I call you in. God, I call you in. Who ancestors? I call you into this place. Mother Earth, the divine, the higher power, the universe. I am one with all entities. This is a sacred place. This is a sacred space. Any negativity shall be returned back to sender. And not only will it be returned back to sender, but I also alchemize all negativity and turn it into a magical, high frequency, high vibration. Spirit, I ask you to put me aside. Spirit, put me aside. Ancestors, put me aside. God, put me aside. You speak to the viewers. Let them hear your words, your light, your guidance, your direction for their lives. I embrace you. I welcome you. And I love you. You know, I just really want to be honest right now. I'm going to go ahead and proceed. And you can fast forward the video if you don't want to hear this part. But I'm hurting right now. And my heart is heavy. Today is Friday. What's today's date, Jemai? I'm recording this on Friday, September the 5th. And I'm really about to get into what I am doing, how I am processing my own pain, my own hurt. And the title of this video is how to turn your pain into power. Alchemy, alchemizing the pain. And for those of you who don't know, I'll explain what alchemy means. You know, alchemy is where you take something and transform it, right? You take pain and you turn it into something beautiful and magical. And, you know, listen, this walk with God, you living righteous, you doing things according to co-creating with the universe, manifesting your beautiful life, right? It's worth it. It's worth it, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to hurt. You're not going to have emotions. Actually, what it means is you're going to embrace them. You're going to feel them. You're going to experience them. You're going to process them. And that is what we're going to talk about today. And so for those of you who have not yet been here before, I always start off each session. I call my episode sessions with tarot cards. A tarot card, a message. I normally give you a message with a tarot card. Sometimes I shuffle, but today I have specific cards that I'm going to be utilizing. And I'm going to give you the definition of each of the cards. I'm going to read the card, and then I'm going to give you my definition of what each card means and how it relates to you turning your pain into power and not staying in a broken place. You alchemizing the depths of your heartbreak, betrayal, whatever, right? And so here we have this deck, all right? It is called When Women Had Wings. I absolutely love this deck. This is a tarot deck. This is a deck that I use quite frequently. I've used this one practically within all my readings that I do for myself. And so let me just go ahead and get the first cards out, right? And so we are starting with, normally, sometimes I'll shuffle the cards and have Spirit give us a message, but I am co-creating with Spirit, okay? And so I'm doing things a bit different. And I want to also, what I'm also doing is enlightening you guys and teaching you about tarot, because we were taught crazy things, that tarot is bad and blah, 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 all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I want to help you explain. I want to help you learn and explain to you what these cards mean. And so it kind of gives you a better perception of yourself too. So I am starting off with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords. Hopefully y'all can see that. Sometimes it gets blurry, so I'm not sure. And the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords. If you can't see that, I apologize, but and so I'm going to first start off with reading each of these cards and what the definition of them are. And then I'm going to tell you what I feel like the definition of it is. But here we go. Eight of Swords, self-imposed restriction, limiting beliefs that cry out for change, negative thoughts, imprisonment, victimhood, feeling trapped by circumstances, a belief that there is no way out, a sense of feeling powerless to change outside forces, extreme vulnerability, and being used or misunderstood. The Nine of Swords. Worry and fear, nightmares, anxiety, hopelessness, recurring depressive episodes, a longing that one cannot integrate or give over to higher powers, losing faith, feeling haunted by the past or insecure regarding the future, a debilitating, unhealthy situation can be the result of trauma that one feels they cannot speak about, prosecution from an enemy. The first thing that we are going to talk about is these mentalities. and how you get out of these feelings. The Eight of Swords is pretty much explaining to you that it's a mental trap. It means that it's really an illusion. It's really a lie. And it's ultimately your perception on a situation. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to feel these things. We all feel these things. We all have been in a place where we feel trapped inside of our own minds, right? And the Nine of Swords is anxiety and the depression that comes from being trapped in your mind, right? That comes from the feelings that come from, the Eight of Swords, right? Because you go from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords, right? And so the Nine of Swords is anxiety, restlessness, sleepless nights, crying, right? And it's all about really ultimately giving it over. And I understand that, even during the situation that I'm going through right now, right? My heart is hurting and I have been in my head. Right? I have been in my head, but I am also processing. A lot of us don't process. A lot of us don't feel. A lot of us don't accept. A lot of us, don't own our truth, own the truth, right? And sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes the truth is hard to accept. Right? But it doesn't mean that there aren't better days coming. Okay? Right? And I'm here to help you process your pain because that is what I'm doing. I am processing my pain and turning it into power. Don't ever think for a second that I just get on here and everything is just okay. Don't ever for a second think that this ain't, let me tell you something. I have used this as relief. I have utilized YouTube and, doing these videos as a way to express myself. And it's like my journal, and we're going to get into all of that and your creativity. But, listen, it doesn't mean that I'm not going through things too, right? And so I want to talk about how to get out of these cards, right? How to get away from this. So I first want to talk about, I have 6 different steps for you. And the first step is accountability, owning your truth, and acceptance, right? Getting past the lies, getting past the deception, getting past the thoughts that you are telling yourself, right? Owning what's really happening and what is really truly taking place in your life. Sometimes we go through things and we don't want it to be that. We don't want it to be that, right? Like we want a different outcome. And that is where you have to give that pain over to God and understand that whatever it is that you are going through, right? Whatever it is that you're going through, there is better days ahead. You have to let go of what coulda, shoulda, woulda, or how you wanted things to look like. Because ultimately, whatever's coming in is going to be better for you. But you also have to own your own truth, where you may have betrayed somebody or where somebody has betrayed you, right? You have to accept what you have done. You have to talk about it, but first you have to process it. You have to feel it. You have to hear it. You have to sit with it, right? You cannot just go on in life and do something to somebody or have something done to you and think that you could just move on and suppress it. Because guess what? Then that becomes internal chaos. The reason we have so many people out here so destructive, killing people, arguing, screaming, beating motherfuckers, each other up, all kind of. The reason we have so much turmoil in this world is because people are not processing. People are not processing. They are suppressing. Baby, everybody has made mistakes. And everybody has been hurt. Don't allow it to demonize you, or don't allow it to constrict you. Don't allow it to keep you stuck and stagnant. Give it over. Accept it and give it over, and understand that whatever happened was for your highest good. Whatever is taking place is for your highest good. Own it. If you did some shit, listen, I told y'all I had a pimp. If you have done some things in life, own that shit. Own it. I've made plenty mistakes. Plenty. All right? Look, I got so low one time. I got so low in a relationship because I felt stuck in my head. But was I physically stuck? No, I wasn't. I had the 8 of Swords and 9 of Swords mentality. I got so low that I ended up conversing in a way I shouldn't have conversed with the guy I was dealing with's brother. Nothing went physical, but that doesn't matter. I went against my own morals. I'm here to be real with you. I did some mistakes. I did some shit. I did some things to people. Just because, I went through that situation and I was hurt by him. But did that make it right for me to do something? No. That didn't make it right. No, I have to own my truth. I have to accept what I have done. I have to accept also what has been done to me. And to understand that I will just never put myself in a position that requires me to go against myself. Or pushes, I wouldn't say requires. I would say I will never allow certain things, right? No. Own your truth. Take accountability for the things that you have been through. Baby, listen to me. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to be okay. You already are okay. It's all right. So you messed up. Or somebody messed over you. I know it hurts. I'm hurting right now. I know it hurts. I know what it feels like. And I also know what it feels like to, do something I wasn't supposed to do and hurt other people. But I've hurt people and didn't even really understand what I was doing. And a lot of times that's what is happening. But the reason why we hurt people is because we are hurt. We're hurting. We're not dealing with it. We're not accepting our truth. We're not owning our situation. We're not owning what we're going through. We're not owning the turmoil of our life. We're not diving in to our past. We're not diving into where we come from, the lineage that we come from, and the generational curses that had been passed down. We're not paying attention to the things to truly own our truth, to really accept who we are. Once you understand, where you're at and you accept it, then you can move forward. When you own your truth, you can move forward, which leads me to my next step. Release. How do you release, right? Well, you first have to own it. You first have to accept it. You have to process it. You have to feel 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 it, right? In order to release it. Releasing may be crying, screaming. Releasing may be journaling. Releasing may be getting in the bathtub. Releasing may be doing different rituals. And let me tell y'all a little something about rituals, because we've been taught crazy things. We've been taught that, well, we really been taught that the things that are rituals are crazy. All these things are demonized and all that dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? But rituals, you're already doing rituals. You do a ritual on a birthday, okay? When you sing happy birthday. You do a ritual when you get on your knees and you pray. There's all kind. These are rituals. There's all kinds of rituals, right? And so there's different rituals that I have done to release, right? I sage, right? I have something called palo. And so sage, cleanses the energy. It cleanses the atmosphere. Palo brings in, that's not the full name. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember the full name. Maybe it's Palo Santo. I don't know. Don't quote me, but it's something with Palo. All right. But Palo brings in, it's a piece of wood, right? And it brings in good juju. It brings in good energy. Right. But I also, have different oils. I have different bath oils. I have different bath salts. Right. Shout out to Path of Awakenings in New Orleans. I have so many of, her name is Fatima. She's a Black woman, Black owned. Shout out to her. Hey, I have so many of her healing tools, right? Her spiritual tools. So I have a self-love bath salt. I have a cleansing bath salt. I have a love me bath salt, right? Self-love is for self-love, obviously. Cleansing cleanses your energy. The love me brings in love, for your highest good. I have different oils, there's different things. You can look this stuff up. Go on ChatGPT and look it up. Look up what you can do if you're, dealing with some pain, or look up different rituals that you can do. So you can write stuff down on a piece of paper, right? And you can burn it. You can get in the bathtub and put different oils in there. There's different rituals for different things. And when you start to get into this kind of stuff and the spirituality of life, and it'll come to you, and ask God and spirit and, in the universe to bring it to you. So you figure out what is for you in order for you to release it. First of all, the first things first is say, Spirit, I need help. Take this pain. Take it, release it, right? And you do different things to co-create with God, with spirit, right? To release the pressure, to release the pain, right? To get into that, which leads me to my next card. To get into your star mentality, which is hope, right? It's putting your faith back in, A lot of times we don't have faith. If you listen to the definition of those cards, it's like you're insecure, you've lost faith, you've lost hope, right? You're not putting, and it's not to say, listen, you can still have faith. But just don't stay. You can still have faith and be hurt. Just don't stay there. And that's what we're talking about, right? To get you back into the star energy, the hope. So star. The hope that leads one to wish upon a star, being guided, a new way, journey, or pattern emerging from the chaos. A moment of respite and grace. Intuition brings a quickening of possibility. Inspiration, a reprieve. Reconnecting to the you that you truly are instead of who the world told you to be. Significant personal growth, allowing yourself to dream and to believe you are worth those dreams coming true. Discovering your true value and worthiness brings a renewal of faith and a sense of being supported. Possibilities, a profound spiritual journey brings new clarity and meaning to who you are and what your purpose is. Generosity follows in the wake of this moment. As you are more generous with yourself, you will naturally want to share your gifts, insights, and wisdom with others. So you release the pain. You sit in it, you cry, you scream, whatever you have to do. You feel it. You sit in the bathtub, you put your oils in, you sage, right? You light your palo, or whatever the things are for you, right? You write it down on a piece of paper and you burn it, right? And then you write something down where you bring in and you call back in your energy. You write down everything that you've ever done in your life. Start there. Write down everything that you've ever done in your life that you're upset about. Write down every mistake that you have ever made, or anything that somebody has done to you, anything that maybe you need to forgive yourself for, right? That is, you have to forgive yourself, which is the next one. Right? I think it's right. But before you could get to forgiving yourself, you have to release the pressure of what has taken place. Accountability, acceptance, release, right? Release that pressure. Release the pain. Release the truth, right? Because just because it was a truth doesn't mean that it's still the truth. Meaning, just because that's who you were doesn't mean that it's still who you have to be. Just because that's what you accepted before doesn't mean that's what you have to accept now, right? No, you don't, right? And so then you get into forgiveness. Forgiving yourself. Forgiving other people, right? Once you release the weight of the pain, of the betrayal, of you doing something to somebody else, right? Don't stay in that guilty, victimized place. Release, accept truth, own it, right? Take accountability for it. It's all right. It's going to be okay. It already is okay. All right. Release and then forgive. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for allowing whatever took place to take place. Forgive yourself for doing whatever you did. Forgive other people, right? Because ultimately, when you do something that you shouldn't be doing, it's because you're not in your right state of mind. It's like a sickness. It's a spiritual sickness, okay? You're not doing things rationally because you are not thinking rationally, right? You have to give things over to God and come back to that star energy, the hope of new, and understand everything happens for a reason. All right? And get back to co-creating with God, spirit in the universe, right? Forgive people. How do you forgive? How do you forgive them? Well, you understand that, whatever they have done to you, was ultimately a reflection of themselves. And, the inner turmoil that they had, somewhere inside of you, you connected with that, right? And so it's called a mirror, right? And so you have to really dive deep and figure out, what parts of you do you need to heal? This is the shadow work, right? That's what we call this, the shadow work. Facing yourself when there's pain, when there's trauma, when there's turmoil. What do you need to see within inside of you? Why did this happen? Why did you do this? Or why was this done to you? And why did you allow it? Right? Facing yourself so you can accept, release, and then forgive. Because you understand there's nobody on this earth that's perfect. Right? There is absolutely nobody on this earth that's perfect. And we cannot judge ourselves. We cannot judge other people. If God can forgive us, and welcome us with open arms no matter what we do. Why are you condemning yourself? Why are you condemning somebody else? Why are you judging yourself? Why are you judging somebody else? Right? You can't. You can't do that. It's self-limiting. It's self-sabotaging. You are sabotaging yourself from moving forward. You are remaining complacent and stagnant and stuck. Right? And we don't do that here. We don't do that. We give grace through authenticity. That is why I am She's Grace Authentic. I am Grace Authentic because I give the utmost grace through authenticity. And I am authentic, right? You become your authentic self, right? Forgiveness leads us into our next step, which is perception, your perspective, your outlook on life, right? You know, when you have gone through something, when you have pain, when you have turmoil, when things have taken place, now it's time to go back inside. After you have done the work of accepting the truth, right? Owning your truth, owning the truth, taking accountability for your actions or other people's, right? You have released the pain, you're feeling it, or maybe you're in the process. Honestly, I believe that all of these things kind of happen intertwined, at the same time. They all kind of flow with each other, all right? These are just the steps that I take. However you take your steps, it doesn't matter. I'm just giving you the steps to be able to push forward, all right? And so your perspective on life, what is your perception? Right? You have to go back inside, right? You have to go back inside and figure out, why did this happen? Where is the lesson, right? My perception on life is I deserve beautiful things, right? I deserve everything good. I deserve everything beautiful. I deserve everything amazing. I deserve all the coins and the money and the moolah in the world. I love money and money loves me. I love people and people love me. I have good juju. I have good energy. And everybody else that connects with me has good energy. What is your perception? What is your perspective, right? And then go deeper than that and figure out, okay, why did this take place? What do I need to take out of this? What is this trying to teach me? Because ultimately, when we go through something, that has hurt us, first of all, it's a growing pain. That is what's going on. It is a growing pain. And if you don't accept, you don't grow. If you don't own your truth, you don't grow. If you don't take accountability, you don't grow. And the whole purpose, the whole point, that's what I was trying to say, the point, right? The purpose and the point, the whole point, of living is growth. It is evolution. It is to evolve. The whole purpose is to evolve, okay? Like, that's the whole purpose of living. Right? And so when you go through these things, you need to go back in and say, hey, why did this take place? Because ultimately, a lot of times what's happening is your atmosphere or what people are putting out, the energy that people are putting out towards you is who you are internally. They're mirroring you. A lot of times people are your mirror. Does that mean that that's who you are 100%? No, but there could be 5% there that you have to heal and you have to work on. And you have to, every growing pain is a learning lesson. But it's actually also a tool in your toolbox to be able to utilize, right? To be able to utilize to help other people. The whole point of life is to grow, to evolve, to love, but to help other people. To love other people and show them how to love themselves more and how to love each other better. Right? And so that is the process. That is the whole point of the process of you turning this whole thing around, this whole situation, and moving forward, right? Moving forward to be able to say, listen, this happened. I'm releasing the energy to first spirit and God, right? God, spirit. I'm releasing this energy, right? I'm going to forgive myself. I'm going to forgive the person, the people, the places, whatever, right? I'm going to forgive, right? And then I'm going to look at life through a different lens, and I'm going to learn. And I'm going to understand that I deserve good things to happen to me. I deserve all of the love in the world. Change your perception, change your perspective. If your life is negative, it's because you are negative. If your life is chaotic, it is because inside of you, deep down, you are chaotic. If your life is crazy, it is because you are inside crazy. Right? Doesn't mean you don't have good. It doesn't mean you don't have love. It doesn't mean you don't have a good soul and a spirit inside of there. Yeah, you do. You got to do the work, though. You got to do the work. This is the work. This is the work, right? Dig deep and figure out what your shadows are. What are your demons inside? What is your traumas? What are you not facing? Face the demon. Stop fighting it. Don't be afraid of it. Fight it. Don't fight it. Embrace it. Welcome it. All right. So I know in the past I've been inconsistent, right? If I know I've been inconsistent, why have I been inconsistent? What can I do to remain consistent, right? Whatever it is, if I know that I go off, and let me tell you something, I'm somebody who will go off, right, before. Right. And I kind of went off the other day, you know what I'm saying? Because my heart's a little, it's a little fractured there, but it's let me not say that. I'm going to say, be very mindful of what you say. Be very careful of what you say, because words have the utmost power. Understand you manifest everything, and you truly, your vibration calls in what is for you, right? And your words are very, very, very powerful. So what I will say is my heart is healing. My heart is healing, and my heart is healed, right? You speak it into the existence, right? And so, I kind of spazzed out. Somebody hurt me and hurt my feelings, right? And that's ultimately what is going on. Ultimately, what is going on with situations is that you're just not accepting that your feelings are hurt. Just say it. Who gives a fuck? Like, all right, my feelings hurt. Yeah, that's what happened. I had a little pressure. I had some pressure built up. My feelings was hurt on top of being hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, but I didn't go I didn't go crazy. But I had to then look at myself and say, okay, how did we get here? Why did we get here? Why is this happening? You got to dig deep and have those aha moments. Like, that's why. That's what happened. Oh, that's why this took place. Oh, this is building strength here. Oh, that's not good when I react like that. Oh, that's why okay, I understand. I get it. Right? Internalize it to turn it into your power. Understand your your power is in your pain. Your knowledge is in your pain. Wisdom is applying it after, which we're going to get to, right? You become more powerful from your pain. Ooh, what? Ow! You become more powerful from your pain. Y'all don't hear me, man. Y'all don't hear me. Yeah. Right? Once you have gone inside and dug deep to see who you really are, I don't mean on the surface, I mean deep. Who's in there? In that gut. Understand your gut controls things too. So watch what you're eating, all right? Your gut is your intuition. Your stomach controls a lot. You'll be depressed because of what you're eating. All right? That's a whole nother video. But yeah, right? And we get into the next, which actually leads me into the next one. Build yourself back up. Reframe who you are. You don't have to completely change your authentic. No, you remain authentic. But maybe you got to do a 360 on the inside and the internal. Self-care. Self-care. Get your hair done. Get a fresh cut. Go buy yourself something. Right? Get in the gym, eat good. Right? Take care of your body, take care of your temple. These things matter. You can't expect to live a life of abundance and you're not treating your body with abundance. You're not treating yourself with abundantly. No. Which actually leads me into two of my favorite cards, my favorite tarot cards. Yes. Right? Now we're stepping from, that 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords mentality. I didn't bring it out, but the Ace of Swords is the truth, accepting the truth, right? And then we're going from that to, the star, the hope and the faith and, going in, and the Hermit card. I could have showed you that one too. The Hermit is, internalizing things and processing things, right? And then we get into the ultimate energy of the Empress and the Emperor. All right? Just because you see a woman and a man does not mean that these cards represent a woman and a man. They represent your masculine and your feminine energy. Okay? We have not been taught this. All right? Everybody has masculine and feminine. Some are masculine figures, some are more feminine figures. You have your divine masculine and you have your divine feminine. Let me break this down. A divine masculine does not have to be a man. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck y'all up with this one. A divine masculine does not have to be a man. A divine feminine does not have to be a woman. Okay? Clock it. All right? But these two cards, we're really talking about you. We're talking about you coming into balancing your emperor, and your empress energy. All right? Your feminine, your divine feminine, your divine masculine energy. Right? And so the Empress, all right? The Empress. Mother Nurture. Fertility of ideas, insights, and all manner of creations. The divine feminine embodied. Beauty, sensuality, self-care, and self-love. Pregnancy and motherhood. Creatrix. Comfort and generosity, one who inspires confidence in others. Nourishment of body and soul, brings relationships, projects, and endeavors into full flourish. Connecting with the senses, matriarch, who offers guidance and support, putting the communion in community. Indulging life's pleasures for the sheer joy of the experience, abundance. A connection to nature, either outer or inner or both, brings a sense of empowerment and radiant embodiment. Supporting and being supported with compassion, generosity, and love. The Empress energy, your divine feminine energy. Everybody, all people have feminine and masculine energy, and your feminine and masculine needs to be in balance. And I'm going to do a video. I was going to do it the next video, but I'm not, because I want to study this. I really want to study to really give you the balance of your masculine and your feminine self. Okay. The Emperor, authority, control, established power, benevolent, patriarch, instruction and guidance. The embodied sense of having roots and an established path, religion or tradition, a left-brained, logical sense of power and influence, a guardian of traditional values and wisdom, embracing a hierarchy, a mentor, teacher, or guide willing to share, regulation, strategic thinking, paternal care and protection, the man with the plan, masculine figure with the plan. Don't confuse it. Rationality and rules, created to guide and protect in the practical world. A clear, decisive mind, bringing order to chaos, reliable in a crisis. Can indicate being disciplined about money and security. So you balance, right? You balance your feminine with your masculine, right? And so you rebuild, you drop that mask, right? The ego, the mask of what the world perceives you as. Stop caring about that, right? You build yourself back up. You go in and then you come out and you build yourself back up, and you allow yourself to connect, to love, to nurture. That's your empress side, right? To create, that creative side, right? But then that emperor side, that masculine side, is the boldness, the drive, the discipline, the your boundaries, right? Like, some people can have too much masculine. A lot of men have too much masculine. You know what I'm saying? They're not in touch with their feminine side. Everybody has feminine in them. Everybody does. And so what happens is now you become too destructive if you're too much in the ego. If you're too much in the feminine side, now you're too nurturing and too like you're overcompensating, right? Like you're too much there. You have to balance the two, right? And so, step 5 is building yourself. Build yourself. Build self-care, building yourself back up, right? And nurturing yourself, right? But also establishing boundaries, right? The balance of the two, of your feminine and your masculine, coming together, right? And nurturing people, but nurturing yourself first, right? Knowing that you already are abundant, that you create abundance, you are abundance, right? And understanding that you putting your foot down is not mean. It is not being a bitch. It is not being, an asshole. No, it is requiring respect for yourself, and respect for other people. Understand something. If you become a better person and you set and establish boundaries, then you become the example, right? And when you become the example, then you teach other people not only how to love you, but how to love themselves and how to love this world, right? If everybody comes into balance and does the things that they are supposed to do within themselves and does the work, right? And rebuilds and self-care and nurtures, right? Like rest. If everybody understood these things, then, you're ultimately creating a better experience for everyone to understand how they're supposed to operate. And then it just flows, because we are truly all connected, right? We are all connected and intertwined. So if I become vibrant and beautiful and bold and stand on business, okay, then ultimately I'm showing other people how to do the same thing, right? But you have to understand something, that sometimes you need rest. All right. Sometimes it's not about just going. No, sometimes you need to lay your ass down, sit your ass down. Sometimes you need to take a bubble bath. Sometimes you need to go get a massage, go get a facial, right? Stop making the world make you seem like you're selfish. Sometimes you gotta be selfish. Meaning selfish, selfless, and selfish to love yourself. How do I say that? Let me back that up. Sometimes you need to nurture you. Ain't no sometimes, all the time you need to nurture you. But I know that this world tries to demonize us nurturing ourselves and taking care of ourselves, right? They try to say that sleep is bad, or like you got to keep going. No, you need to rest. I'm not saying, just be laying around crying and not doing the work. No, don't stay there. Don't stay stagnant. But if you're doing the work and you're processing things and you're putting in the work, then that takes a lot of mental, emotional, and spiritual, energy, right? And so you need to sleep, you need to rest, you need to get out into nature, rebuild yourself, go get some sunlight, ground yourself, go walk on. Look, y'all know I never have shoes on. Go walk on, the grass outside. Go walk on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Recalibrate, regroup. Do the internal work, and then take care of you. Take care of yourself, right? Love on you, There's no way nobody else is going to love you. The universe, I mean, let me say this. God loves you, yes, but you are only going to call in how much love you are giving yourself and showing yourself. And if God gave you this temple and this mind and this spirit, right, then you ultimately should nourish and nurture, right, that, all of the things. You know, the emperor, the masculine side is you taking over your finances and saying, hey, okay, where am I spending money at? Are you spending money in places that you shouldn't be? Are you spending money on things that you shouldn't be spending money on? Right? Is when you are spending money, are you investing? Is this an investment? Or is just for the fuck of it? Right? Like, you need to recalibrate, regroup so you can build, truly build yourself. Rebuild you. This is the process. This is the process, right? And once you start to learn and grow and rebuild and figure out, you know, new things, constantly search after new things, right? Now you have value, right? You've done the work, you know, you've listened to things, get a reading with me, let me help you align, get a sacred alignment session, let me help you, right? And then move forward to now turn that anger and that pain into a creative project. That is what I am doing. Right now, YouTube is my escape route. It is how I am releasing everything, right? I'm not saying you got to do YouTube, but maybe so. Maybe you're supposed to do YouTube. Maybe you're called to do that. Maybe you're called to do content. Maybe you love art. Maybe, like, what are your gifts? Figure out your gifts so you can now, you know, start investing into your creatives, right? Once you master thyself, right? And I mean, listen, self-mastery is a lifetime experience, you know? But, you know, once you're constantly searching after self-mastery, right? And so that means you're constantly learning and growing. But, you know, expand on your gifts. See what your gifts are. What are your gifts? You have multiple of them. Is it art? Is it singing? What you do, I could do better. I don't know, that came to my mind. But, you know, singing, acting, I don't care what it is. Whatever it is, journaling, right? What are your gifts? What are you good at? It could be something simple. It could be something small. You have so many different gifts that God has given you. So many different gifts. What are your gifts? Nurture your gifts. Listen, when you get mad and angry, yes, process and do, you know, you take the necessary steps, but put that anger and that rage, instead of responding to somebody and cussing them out, baby, take that energy and put it into a project. Do you know how much energy that is? I mean, literally, my ancestors, like my spirit guides told me that. Take that anger that you are feeling and put it into a project, right? You know how much power is in that? Woo! Woo! For real though, you know? Take back your power and put your power into something magnetic. Put your power into something powerful. That is how you turn your pain into power. That is the definition of alchemizing, baby. Clock it. Yeah. Yes. Step 1, own your truth. Acceptance, accountability. Step 2, release. Step 3, forgiveness. Forgive yourself and forgive other people. Step 4, perception, perspective. Hermit mode, go internal. Dive in, do the work, figure out your demons and your shadows, right? Step 5, rebuild yourself. Rebuild, grow, learn, evolve. Become valuable. I mean, you already are valuable, but become even more valuable. All right? Right? Learn from your previous mistakes. Set boundaries, right? And number 6, take all that pain and all that anger and all that hostility, baby, and turn it into a project. Tap into your creative side. Release through your creative side. All right? I hope that helps you. I absolutely love you. I adore you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. And please go check out my other videos. I do sacred alignment sessions. So for anybody who wants to get into alignment and you want some help, you need some guidance, you want some one-on-one time with your girl, go to www.sacredalignment.life. The link will be in the description box. Okay. And I do readings as well. So I do sacred alignment sessions and readings where I can help you align with your life. I do, readings where you can just figure out if you're looking for an answer or a question, you have a question to something. I do readings. And then I also do sessions one-on-one on the phone. I also combine the two where I'll do the reading before we get on the phone so I gain clarity on what you're experiencing and how to help you get into alignment and, turn around the direction of your life. Or just give you more clarity if you're already in alignment on where what your next steps are, right? And so also, please go follow me on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. All of my platforms are in the chat. In the description box. I'm going to put my Cash App in here too. If you just feel generous for any reason and want to send me a little something, I would greatly appreciate it. I am still building. I am investing. I am growing. And so if you want to just bless your girl, please, by all means. I'm going to have it in the description. And please comment, like, share, hit the notification bell, right? Drop a comment. If you are experiencing anything and you want to know more on that experience and you're trying to figure out life, right? Let me know. Drop it in the comments. Send me a DM. I would greatly appreciate it. I love it. I will do a video on it. I promise you I will do a video on it. And yes, and let me tell you something. Everybody who has left a comment, please, if you watch this, leave a comment for me because it makes me feel so good. Meaning like to know that I am helping you, right? I love that. It really touches my soul. That is the best gift that you could give me, is to let me know that I have touched you. I am so appreciative for anybody who leaves a comment. And so I thank you so much for spending this time with me. I love, love, love you. Mwah. God bless you.